Previously, when Lady Vivien met her brother Alan Maud in private, she informed him that Princess Lewellyn had become an obstacle for her Diane's succession to Brygen's throne. Alan assured her, declaring that if Lewellyn tried to interrupt their plan, he would assassinate Lewellyn right away. But in an instant, Vivien's eyes grabbed the attention of maid Rosalie, at which Vivien stated that she had a good idea to torture Lewellyn even more. Later, an old maid terrifyingly rushed to Lewellyn, reporting that Rosalie had made a mistake for which Vivien wanted to cut her both legs. Yet, Lewellyn calmly brushed off her words, stating that if Rosalie made a mistake then she needed to be punished. To this, the maids drooped their heads in a row, begging her to please save Rosalie's life. So, let's dive into the chapters 59 and 60 of the manhwa, The Secret Bedroom of the Forsaken Princess. As Lewellyn arrives at Vivien's palace with her maids and red knights, she witnesses maid Rosalie kneeling down in front of Alan. Vivien, upon observing Lewellyn, welcomes her with a teasing smile. To this, Lewellyn gets pissed visibly with no comment. Plus, as she swiftly glances at Rosalie, she gets even more enraged at noting heavy injury on Rosalie's hand. However, Alan bows in front of Lewellyn, stating that he does not expect that she will actually come here. At seeing his face, Lewellyn becomes baffled clearly, reflecting that she does not know that the man who took her outside when she begged Queen Pamela to save her previous mate is none other than Vivien's brother. Further, in a loud voice, she inquires what the hell Vivien and Alan are doing with her maid Rosalie right now. Vivien informs Lewellyn that Rosalie stepped on her dress while carrying the laundry, adding that Rosalie not only dares to put her filthy leg in her dress but also does not apologize for her fault. She then reminds that although there are separate ways for noble people and maids to move inside the palace, Rosalie made that silly mistake. By maintaining her pissed expression, Lewellyn questions if Vivien wants to cut Rosalie's legs for her trivial mistake, upon which Vivien affirms her, stating that she really wishes to cut both of Rosalie's legs and her tongue also, but she will show her generosity by only cutting the legs. At hearing Vivien's statement, Lewellyn ponders that she does not expect her to be this disgusting. Moreover, by approaching near Rosalie, Lewellyn bends on her knees beside her. Rosalie, to this, trembles heavily and pleads to Lewellyn to save her life. But in an instant, Lewellyn strikes an unexpected slap on Rosalie's injured face, and as she bumps on the ground with a heavy force, the other maids present there get shocked clearly. Meanwhile, Lewellyn, with a fierce look, asks how dare is Rosalie to disrespect royal people in the palace. With a stream of tears in her eyes, Rosalie mutters herself that she does not care for her life but she does not want to become this figure for the future maids, adding that despite Lewellyn is so scary right now, she will definitely save her life. Lewellyn, after punishing Rosalie, turns to Vivien's side, stating that indeed her maid was wrong but she cannot get punished, because there is not such a thing like dedicating passage for nobles in this palace. At hearing this, Vivien delivers an enraged expression on her face, pondering if her plan to torture Lewellyn gets ruined. Further, Lewellyn protests Vivien's allegations, informing that this palace corridors are so wide that there is no way for people to get into each other's lane. The maids get relief at observing Lewellyn taking their side, and Alan becomes perplexed visibly. On top of that, Vivien gets provoked even more. And as she not able to control her composure, she springs up, yelling furiously that it is true that Rosalie stepped on her dress and did not apologize. At gaining her confidence, Rosalie also steps in, disclosing that Alan is the one who extends his leg intentionally in front of her. However, both Alan and Vivien shift their anger towards Rosalie, shouting that how dare she can blame them when she was the one who made mistake. Moreover, Alan swiftly takes out his swords, declaring that he is not only going to cut her legs right away but also her tongue too that dares to disrespect them. The other maids, at witnessing this, cry to Lewellyn to save Rosalie before Alan really kills her. To this, Lewellyn breaks her silent demeanor and jumps in front of Alan by becoming the shield for Rosalie, ordering him to stop his reckless behavior. But not wanting to stop, Alan yells at Lewellyn, conveying that she does not know how to punish her disrespectful maid, at which she responds that without her orders, no one in the palace can punish her maids. That includes Alan and Vivien also. Yet, Alan brushes off her words, reminding that Lewellyn is just a forsaken princess with no actual powers in her hand, adding that all nobility will be on his side at this incident. Dear viewers, apologies for the interruption. If you're genuinely enjoying the content on this channel, please consider hitting the subscribe icon with all notifications, since this little support of yours will help this creator continue delivering high-quality work to brighten your day. And take a moment at the end of the video to leave a comment, sharing your thoughts on the content. Your feedback means a lot. Now, let's not take up too much of your time and jump back into the story. At hearing this, Lewellyn unexpectedly stops her resistance, speaking that it is her fault when she does not educate her maid. Plus, by drooping her head in front of them, she announces that she is ready to get punished for Rosalie. This unpredicted reaction of hers makes both sides of the group to immerse into deep astonishment. Further, the maids mutter to themselves that the princess never bows in front of the nobility for her maid. On the other side, Vivian burst into laughter, who teasingly states that just because Lewellyn is so soft to her maids, she has to beg for their safety. Lewellyn, to this, boldly asks if she really that famous outside the kingdom, upon which Vivian taunts her, speaking that she is indeed popular for her continuous begging in front of Queen Pamela for her maids' lives, yet she never succeeds in saving them. Besides, at witnessing Lewellyn's prestigious pride falling in front of her, Vivian confirms to herself that it is so exciting to see the forsaken princess bowing in front of her. She then asks her brother to forgive Rosalie as her master herself pleading for forgiveness. Alan, to this, dwells into deep thinking for a bit, and by withdrawing his sword, he braggingly states that he will accept Lewellyn's apology. However, Lewellyn still does not raise her head, and they both at seeing this smirks visibly, pondering that it is so thrilling when Lewellyn is bowing like this in front of them. Plus, as they take their leave, Vivian provokingly states that their life in Brigent Palace will be so fun. Meanwhile, Lewellyn gradually raises her predatory gaze in Vivian and Alan's direction, and quickly orders her escort, Lord Dane, to take out his sword and kill Alan Maud right now. At complying, Lord Dane makes a fighting stance and draws his piercing sword. Moreover, by rushing towards Alan in an attacking position, Dane unannounced strikes a heavy blow upon his head. However, Dane does not behead Alan, but simply scares him. To this, Alan nervously yells at Dane, inquiring if he wants to make his Red Knights an enemy of the White Knights. But Lewellyn interferes with Alan's declaration, reminding that Maud family is the one who betrayed Brigent's royal family trust. At hearing Lewellyn's statements, Vivian shouts at the top of her voice, asking what the hell she is talking right now. Yet, Lewellyn interrupts her, announcing that her brother took his sword in front of the royal member without her permission. She then interrogates Vivian, mentioning that pointing a sword at her is a betrayal to the royalty and a very serious matter that cannot be neglected. In an attempt to protect himself, Alan states that Lewellyn is the one who jumped in front of the sword. Listening to this, Lewellyn responds that her attempt is not important, as Alan intentionally tripped Rosalie towards Vivian. Plus, Lewellyn adds that she bowed in front of him for her maid's mistake, asking how he wants to apologize for his mistake. Alan, not wanting to confess, threatens her, stating that she knows what she is doing. Lewellyn, by approaching near him, inquires how dare is he to bully her maid Rosalie, and by swiftly glancing at Lord Dane, she commands him to assassinate this traitor right here. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.